In this video, we're going to talk about Section 529 plans, which are programs that help families pay for college expenses. So there are two types of 529 plans. In the first type, the family prepays for all the college expenses in advance. The second type, the family sets up a savings account that they can make contributions to that will eventually grow and help the student pay for college expenses down the road. So with the first type, the college tuition prepayment, basically what you do is you buy credits in advance. And so that credit could be for a half year's tuition. So if you buy a half year tuition at a state university in your state today, and then your child goes to college 10 years from now, that child will have 1/2 year of tuition already paid for, even if the cost of tuition were to double or triple 10 years from now. So basically what you're doing is you're guarding against tuition inflation. You're saying, hey, look, I know that colleges and universities and trade schools, that their prices are going up and up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the tuition and fees. I'm going to pay for all that in advance. And I've bought a half year or a full year of tuition now so that later I don't have to pay the higher price. And you're not going to be taxed. So let's say that you pay, let's just say hypothetically that it was $15,000 for a half year of tuition that you pay now, and then 10 years from now, let's just say it's $23,000. So you're basically getting a benefit of $8,000 by paying today because you avoided that tuition inflation, but you're not gonna incur any federal tax on that. So that, in a sense, it kind of grows tax-free. You can think about it like that. Now, 529 plans, you should check with your state to see which type of plan they have for your state's public universities. Now, if you're interested in a private university, there's a thing called the Private College 529 program. You should look it up. It's got several hundred different types of private colleges. And so basically, if you buy a half year of tuition or a full year tuition, whatever credits you buy are good for any of the colleges in that network for the Private College 529 program. Now, with public universities, I should note that with some of them might have a residency requirement where they say that the beneficiary, the student who's ultimately benefiting and going to school, that they might have to live in the same state of the 529 program or so. You should check into the residency requirements. It's become easier and easier over the years for people to move around and change this. And sometimes you could take the funds out of state and so forth. But you should definitely check with your individual state to see what the deal is. Now, aside from just prepaying the tuition, prepaying the expenses, you could instead say, okay, I want to set aside some money. I want to start a savings plan, and this money is going to be invested, and then at some point down the road, my child or whoever the beneficiary is can withdraw that money and use it to pay for their educational expenses. So you're not prepaying the tuition, you're saving money, it's investing, and it's growing. Now, what's the benefit? Well, it's not tax deductible. So although it's not federally tax deductible, I should say, you should check with your state because some states for state income taxes might allow you a partial deduction. But generally speaking, it's not tax deductible. However, the earnings grow tax-free. So let's say that you invest $12,000 or you contribute $12,000 to a program, and then when your child eventually uses the money, they end up, there's $18,000 in the account by that time. So the account has gained $6,000. It's earned $6,000, and then your student uses all $18,000 for qualified education expenses. So that $6,000 of earnings is not going to be taxed, provided that you use this money, that the student uses the money for qualified education expenses. If you don't use it for qualified education expenses, if you withdraw it for, let's just say that you have some kind of hardship or let's just say that you decide you want to build a new deck on your house, and you say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna withdraw this money and use it for that. Then not only would the earnings be taxed, but you'd also pay a 10% penalty. But you should definitely check to see with your plan if they have any kind of issues with hardship or any kind of situation where you could avoid the penalty or anything like that. You should definitely check with the specific plan in your state, or if you're going with a private college plan, you want to take a look at the specific details of the plan in question, because there are a lot of different types of 529